Secondhand smoke from cigarettes seems to be an ongoing battle, pro and con. I have no medical background as to which group is right or wrong. I believe secondhand smoke is detrimental to children in homes of parents when one or both are smokers. My own personal story affirms the facts. I grew up in the town of Richfield, Utah. My father was a chain smoker. Many of his friends smoked in our home. It was a small home, so the air permeated through the rooms. When I turned 16, I went to work at Mark's Ice Cream Shop, a local fast food restaurant. Every year, a minibus came through our town. Anyone who worked in the food industry was required by law to have a chest x-ray. Tuberculosis was still a threat to our country. I didn't think too much about the x-ray. Like any other teenager, I was into school, work, friends, and boys. I can't pinpoint the day. It was in 1957 or 58, but I will never forget the terror I felt when my mother came to check me out of school. At the time, my folks had one truck between them. We walked everywhere. I don't remember my mother ever coming to the school. I will never forget the overwhelming trepidation I felt when I was called to the office and told my mother had checked me out and that I was to meet her in the parking lot. Richfield High School was an old-fashioned school with about 20 cement steps leading off the front door. Each step I took, some new fear invaded my thoughts. Death? Accident? Or what? My mom's face was as white as a sheet. She told me to get into the truck. We needed to go to the hospital as soon as possible. My lungs appeared to be infected. I needed to have a TB test immediately. Fear coursed through my whole body as memories of my dad's sister, Lottie, came to mind. I was only 6 years old when she died with tuberculosis, but I knew and had felt her dying through my grandmother Barney's constant telling me of her long and painful death. My grandmother was one of those reminiscing ladies of the past, who day after day regaled all those within her range of her hard past. The word tuberculosis was a death sentence as far as our family was concerned. Shock takes over when you're in a crisis situation. I still don't remember what they put into or took out of my vein in my arm. Pain was terrible, which heightened my fear of impending suffering and death. At the time, I really didn't think about what my family was going through. You have to have a family of your own before you realize how important children are to you. My parents suffered a lot of anguish until we got the results back. In the end, the prognosis was just bad lungs. No one had ever remotely imagined the possibility of secondhand smoke harming another person's lungs.